কিনা। চলো বেশি দেরি না করে আজকের ভিডিওটি শুরু করা যাক। তো চলো, যেহেতু আমাদের টিমদের অবস্থান মোটামুটি একদম টেবিলের তলানিতে রয়েছে, সেক্ষেত্রে আপাতত আমরা টপ 12 এর উপরের দিকে চিন্তা করব না। আমরা শুধুমাত্র চিন্তা করতেছি যে অন্তত পক্ষে 12 নাম্বার হতে গেলেও কত পয়েন্ট লাগতে পারে। তো দেখো, আমি আমার এখন পর্যন্ত অনেক ভিডিওতে আমি এই কথাটা বলছি, বা পূর্ববর্তী যেসব ভিডিও বানাইছিলাম এই FFWS নিয়ে, ওইখানেও আমি অনেকবার বলছি, সেটা হলো যে কোনো টুর্নামেন্টেই যখন দেখবা যে গ্রুপ পর্বের খেলা হচ্ছে, সেখান থেকে 12টা টিম কোয়ালিফাই করবে। অল টাইম এরকম হয় যে যেই টিমটা এভারেজে প্রতিদিন 60 পয়েন্ট করে তুলতে পারে, তাহলে ওই গ্রুপগুলোর মধ্যে যতগুলোই ম্যাচ হোক না কেন, কোনো না কোনো ভাবে দেখবা যে মোটামুটি তারা টপ 12 থেকে কোয়ালিফাই করেই ফেলে। তো এই অনুযায়ী মিলালে FFWS এর সর্বমোট 24টা ম্যাচ, তাহলে একটা টিমের কোয়ালিফাই করার জন্য ন্যূনতম এখানে 240 এর মতো লাগতে পারে। মানে এখন পর্যন্ত যত টুর্নামেন্ট আমি দেখছি, মোটামুটি যাদের এভারেজে প্রতিদিন 60 করে থাকে, সেক্ষেত্রে টপ 12 যদি কোয়ালিফাই করে, সেক্ষেত্রে ভাই 60 পয়েন্ট এভারেজে দিয়ে ইজিলি কোয়ালিফাই করে যে কোনো টিম। তো চলো, এতক্ষণ তো আমি আমার মতো পেশাল পারলাম, এখন যায় একটু FFWS 2024 এর গ্রুপ পর্বের পয়েন্টস টেবিলটাকে একটু বিশ্লেষণ করা যায়। এবারের মতো আগের বারও কিন্তু এরকমই নিয়ম ছিল, এক একটা টিম 24টা করে ম্যাচ খেলবে, আর ওইখান থেকে টপ 12 টিম কোয়ালিফাই করবে ফাইনাল খেলার জন্য। তো দেখো, আমি কিন্তু প্রথমেই বলছিলাম যে যদি এভারেজে কোনো টিমের 60 পয়েন্ট করে থাকে প্রতিদিনের, সেক্ষেত্রে সেই টিম কিন্তু ইজিলি কোয়ালিফাই করে ফেলে। আমার কথা অনুযায়ী কিন্তু এখানে দেখো যে 8 নাম্বার 9 নাম্বার তারা কিন্তু মনে করে যে 60 এর কাছাকাছি রয়েছে প্রতিদিনের এভারেজে, তারপরও তারা কিন্তু ভালো পজিশন নিয়ে কোয়ালিফাই করছে। আমরা এখানে সর্বশেষে 12 নাম্বার পজিশনে যে টিমটাকে দেখতে পাচ্ছি, তারা কিন্তু 224 পয়েন্ট নিয়ে কোয়ালিফাই করেছে। এখন আবার বললো না ভাই, আপনি তো বললেন 240 পয়েন্ট করলেই নাকি কোয়ালিফাই করে ফেলে। ওই জায়গাতে তো এখানে 224 পয়েন্ট নিয়েই কোয়ালিফাই করে ফেলছে। আসলে জিনিসটা এরকম না, আমি জাস্ট তোমাদের এভারেজ কথা বললাম যে এরকম হইলে তারা কোয়ালিফাই করে ফেলে। বাট এইখানে তোমাদের মনে করো যে লাস্টের যে 12 নাম্বার পজিশনে যে টিমটা রয়েছে, তারা 224 পয়েন্ট নিয়ে কোয়ালিফাই করার মেইন কাহিনী হলো একটু 1 নাম্বার টিমের দিকে তাকাও, বুরিরাম ইউনাইটেড। তারা 457 পয়েন্ট নিয়ে 1 নাম্বারে আছে, এবং 2 নাম্বারে আছে টুইস্ট, তাদের পয়েন্ট 331। মানে বলতে গেলে গ্রুপ পর্বের ম্যাচগুলোতে বুরিরাম কিন্তু একদম একতরফা ডোমিনেশন দেখিয়েছে, যার কারণে স্বাভাবিকভাবে অন্যান্য টিমদের কিন্তু তুলনামূলকভাবে পয়েন্ট কম। মানে জাস্ট এইখানে তোমরা বুরিরামের পয়েন্টের সাথে অন্যান্য টিমদের পয়েন্টের তুলনা করলেই বুঝতে পারবা। এখানে কিন্তু 2 নাম্বার থেকে শুরু করে এরপর যে পয়েন্ট টেবিল গুলো গেছে, তাদের মধ্যে নিজেদের মধ্যে কিন্তু একটা সামঞ্জস্য আছে, এবং একটা টিমের সাথে আরেকটা টিমের যে পয়েন্টের গ্যাপ, ওইটা কিন্তু এত বেশি না। মানে মূল কথাই হলো, এখানে মনে করো যে একটা টিম একটু বেশি ভালো খেলে ফেলেছে, এইটার জন্য অন্যান্য টিমদের পয়েন্ট টেবিলে অনেকটা ইফেক্ট পড়েছে, যার কারণে শেষ পর্যন্ত দেখা গেছে যে 12 নাম্বার টিমটা মোটামুটি কম পয়েন্ট নিয়েও কোয়ালিফাই করে গেছে। তোমাদের যে বলতেছি ভাই, বুরিরাম এখানে একতরফা ডোমিনেশন করছে, জাস্ট এখানে কেন বললাম, তোমরা বুরিরামের বুইয়ার সংখ্যাটা দেখো, 24 ম্যাচের 11টা বুইয়া। তো যাই হোক, আগের পয়েন্ট টেবিলটা এই জন্য দেখালাম যে এখানে কততে কোয়ালিফাই করছে তারা, ওইটার একটু ধারণা তোমরা যাতে নিতে পারো। যাই হোক, এখন চলে আসবো 2025 সালের পয়েন্ট টেবিলে। তো 12 ম্যাচ শেষে এখানে 12 নম্বর পজিশনে কিন্তু রয়েছে টিম সলিড, তাদের পয়েন্ট এখানে 122। মানে তারা দৈনিক এভারেজে 61 পয়েন্ট করে তুলেছে। অর্থাৎ এখানে টপ 12 টিমের মধ্যে সর্বশেষ টিমের এভারেজ স্কোর ডেইলি এখানে 61 করে। এরপর বাকি যে 12টা ম্যাচ হবে, এরপর দেখবা যে 12 নাম্বার পজিশনেরটা হয়তো আর একটু এভারেজটা কমে যাবে। ওই ক্ষেত্রে আমরা ধরে নিয়েছি যে 230 যদি কোনো টিম করতে পারে, সেক্ষেত্রে তারা হয়তোবা কোয়ালিফাই করে ফেলবে FFWS 2025 এর ফাইনালের জন্য। যাই হোক, আপাতত তো আমরা একটা পয়েন্ট সেট করতে পেরেছি যে এত পয়েন্ট করতে পারলে কোন টিম কোয়ালিফাই করবে ফাইনালের জন্য। কিন্তু এখন প্রশ্ন হলো, যেই জায়গাতে রেড হক্স 12 ম্যাচে 72 পয়েন্ট করেছে, অপোজিটে এখানে রেড ক্লিফ রয়েছে 12 ম্যাচে 50 পয়েন্ট নিয়ে, ওই অনুযায়ী চিন্তা করলে আদৌ কি সম্ভব এই দুইটা টিমের আর বাকি 12টা ম্যাচে ভালো পারফর্ম করে 230 পয়েন্ট পর্যন্ত পৌঁছানোর? এমনিতে বললে অসম্ভব কিছু না। মানে এখানে রেড হক্স এর মনে করো যে দৈনিক এখানে 80 প্লাস স্কোর তুলতে হবে, অন্যদিক দিয়ে রেড ক্লিফের 90 প্লাস স্কোর করতে হবে প্রতিদিন। হয়তোবা স্বাভাবিকভাবে যে কোনো টিম একদিনে 80-90 স্কোর করে, এমনকি গত লাস্টের দিন কিন্তু আমরা দেখতে পারছি যে 110ও কিন্তু করছে পি স্পোর্টস। তো ওরা পারলে আমরা পারবো না, কিন্তু স্বাভাবিকভাবে চিন্তা করলে হয়তোবা এত স্কোর করা সম্ভব। কিন্তু বাস্তবিক চিন্তায় যদি আসি, তাহলে কোনোভাবেই কিন্তু আমরা চিন্তা ভাবনায় আনতেই পারি না যে আমাদের টিমগুলো একদিনে 80 প্লাস 90 প্লাস করে স্কোর করবে। তো এই কথাটা কেন বললাম আশা করছি ভালোভাবে বুঝতে পেরেছো। বিশেষ করে তৃতীয় দিনের একদম লাস্টের ম্যাচটা যে লেভেলের হার্ড লবি ছিল, ওইটা দেখার পর একটু তো বোঝা যাচ্ছে যে না, আসলে এই লবিতে পয়েন্ট তোলা কতটা কঠিন। তবে খেলার ধরনের ক্ষেত্রে যদি আসি, সেক্ষেত্রে রেড ক্লিফ কিন্তু প্রথম দিন যেভাবে খেলেছিল, দ্বিতীয় দিনও তারা সেভাবে পজিশন ধরে খেলার চেষ্টা চেষ্টা করেছে, কিন্তু তুলনামূলকভাবে সেভাবে তারা কিল পয়েন্ট গুলো তুলতে পারে নাই। তো যেইভাবে রেড টিম পজিশন পয়েন্ট তুলছে ওই অনুযায়ী যদি কিছু কিল পয়েন্ট বের করতে পারতো তুলনামূলকভাবে আর একটু পয়েন্ট টেবিলে তারা উপরে থাকতো। তো যাই হোক, যেহেতু নতুন টিম স্বাভাবিকভাবে এত বেশি আশা করাও ঠিক না, তারা যথেষ্ট চেষ্টা করতেছে। আমরা আশা রাখবো যে বাকি ম্যাচগুলো তারা ভালোভাবে শেষ করে তাদের পয়েন্ট টেবিলে পজিশনটা আর একটু উপরে নিয়ে যাবে। অন্যদিকে যদি রেড হক্স এর কথায় আসি, সেক্ষেত্রে সবাই কিন্তু অনেক আশা নিয়ে বসেছিল এবার হয়তোবা আর এইচ কে অন্তত হলেও ফাইনাল পর্যন্ত যাবে, কেননা বাংলাদেশে যতগুলো ফ্রি ফায়ার স্পোর্টস টিম রয়েছে তাদের মধ্যে সব থেকে বেশি অভিজ্ঞতম টিম কিন্তু এই টিম রেড হক্স, কেননা তারা ইতিমধ্যে এফএফবিসি চ্যাম্পিয়ন হয়েছে, স্পোর্টস ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ খেলেছে, দেন আবার FFWS বাংলাদেশ পর্বেও তারা চ্যাম্পিয়ন হয়েছে, দেন তারপর তারা এসেছে FFWS 2025 খেলতে। আর এমনিতেও দেশের লবিতে এত ভালো ডমিনেশনের জন্য কিন্তু তাদের ফ্যান ফলোয়ার্সও অনেক বেশি। তো যাই হোক, রেড হক্স এর কিন্তু FFWS 2025 এর যাত্রাটা খুবই ভালো ছিল, বলতে একদম শুরুটা বলতেছি। আর এইচকে নামলো, হেভির সাথে ড্রপ ক্ল্যাশ হলো, দেন হেভির কাছ থেকে 4টা কিল পেয়ে গেল শুরুতেই, কিন্তু এর কিছুক্ষণ পরই E1 স্পোর্টস সবকিছু ওলট পালট করে দেয়। হঠাৎ কোথা থেকে উড়ে এসে জুড়ে বসে তারা একদম ভালো পজিশন নিয়ে প্ল্যানিং ওয়াইজ তারা আর এইচকে কে কিন্তু একদম ফাঁদে ফালায়া ওয়াইপ আউট করে দেয়। মোটামুটি এভারেজে একটা পয়েন্ট তুলতে পারলেও এর পরবর্তীতে শুরু হয় অন্যান্য স্কোয়াডে কিন্তু 36টা পয়েন্ট কম করেছিল। কিন্তু যাই হোক, পরবর্তী দিনে আর এইচকে যথেষ্ট চেষ্টা করেছে ঘুরে দাঁড়ানোর, তারা কিন্তু 2টা ম্যাচ প্রায় বুইয়ার কাছাকাছিও চলে গিয়েছিল, লাস্ট মোমেন্টে একটু ভুল ডিসিশনের কারণে হয়তোবা রেড হক্স এর কাছ থেকে বুইয়াগুলো ছুটে গিয়েছে। তবে যাই হোক, রেড হক্স কিন্তু ডে 3 তে সর্বোচ্চ চেষ্টা করেছে তাদের প্রথম দিনে যেই ভুলগুলো হয়েছিল সেগুলো শুধরে নেওয়া, যার ফলস্বরূপ অন্য দিনের তুলনায় তারা তৃতীয় দিনে কিন্তু ভালো পারফরমেন্স করেছে। তবে রেড হক্স তৃতীয় দিনে যে পয়েন্ট গুলো পাইছে ওই পয়েন্ট অনুযায়ী কিন্তু প্রথম দিনের যেই খারাপ পারফরমেন্সটা হয়েছে ওইটা রিকভার হয় না, যার কারণে টপ 12 কিন্তু এখন অনেকটাই কঠিন হয়ে গেছে। আর এখানে তোমরা যদি খেয়াল করো যে 12 নাম্বার টিম রয়েছে টিম সলিড, তারাও কিন্তু রয়েছে 122 পয়েন্ট নিয়ে। তো 12 ম্যাচ শেষে 12 নাম্বার টিমের সাথেও কিন্তু হিউজ পরিমাণে পয়েন্টস এর গ্যাপ রয়েছে, যার কারণে ফাইনালে কোয়ালিফাই করাটা কিন্তু আরো কঠিন হয়ে গিয়েছে। তবে 12 নম্বর পজিশনটা নিয়ে আরো ভালো একটা লড়াই হইতো যদি এখানে টিম সলিড তৃতীয় দিনের লাস্ট ম্যাচটা বুইয়া পর্যন্ত না যাইতে পারতো, কেননা যারা তৃতীয় দিনের খেলা দেখছো, টিম সলিড কিন্তু 5 ম্যাচে তেমন একটা পারফরমেন্স করতে পারে নাই এবং আহামরি কোনো পয়েন্টও নিতে পারে না, কিন্তু লাস্ট ম্যাচে বুইয়া কইরা মনে করো একদম পয়েন্ট কইরা ফেলছে 50 এর উপরে। তারপরে একটা জিনিস কি, এই 12 নম্বর পজিশনটা নিয়ে কিন্তু খেলাটা হবে, কেননা ইভোজ ডিভাইনও কিন্তু এখনো 13 নম্বরে রয়েছে, তারা একদম সর্বোচ্চটা দিয়ে দিবে ফাইনালে কোয়ালিফাই করার জন্য। তো যাই হোক, এখন প্রশ্ন আসতে পারে যে কোন টিম খারাপ খেললে আমাদের লাভ হবে বা কোন টিম ভালো খেলে ফেললে আমাদের ক্ষতি হবে। তো একটা জিনিস কি, এইগুলা ক্যালকুলেশন করার কোনো দরকারই নাই, আপাতত মেন টার্গেট থাকা উচিত যে আর এইচ কে ভালো খেলুক। মানে রেড হক্স যদি ভালো খেলে অটোমেটিকলি ভাই ওই উপর থেকে একটা না একটা টিম নিচে নাইমেই যাবে। তারপরও সেই একটা প্রশ্ন থাইকাই যায়, এতটাও সহজ কিন্তু না। তোমরা দেখছো ভাই এই লবিতে পয়েন্ট তোলা কতটা কঠিন। তো দেখা যাক কিছুদিনের মধ্যে আমরা প্রমাণ পেয়ে যাব যে রেড হক্স এবং রেড ক্লিফ এই 12 ম্যাচ শেষে কত পয়েন্ট নিয়ে শেষ করতে পারে। আর এমনিতেও যদি ফলাফল নেগেটিভ হয় তাহলে আশা করব রেড হক্স এবং রেড ক্লিফ যাতে ভালো একটা পজিশন নিয়ে শেষ করতে পারে। আর যদি আমাদের টিমগুলো মিরাকেল বা কোনো আশ্চর্যজনক কিছু ঘটিয়ে ফেলে তাহলে তো আলহামদুলিল্লাহ। তো তোমাদের মতে অন্তত 12 নম্বর পজিশনটা ধরার ক্ষেত্রে ন্যূনতম কত পয়েন্ট করতে হবে বলে তোমাদের মনে হয়? আমি তো বলে দিছি যে 230 এর মতন, সেটা হয়তো বা একটু কমও যদি হয় সেটা 225 বা 20 এর নিচে মনে হয় না নামবে। আর যদি বেশি হয়ে যায় সেটা অবশ্যই 240 পর্যন্ত চলে যাবে। তো যাই হোক, ফলাফল পজিটিভ হোক বা নেগেটিভ হোক, আমরা সর্বোচ্চ চেষ্টা করব আমাদের বাংলাদেশি টিমদের সাপোর্ট করার জন্য, হেট না দিয়ে। আর আরেকটা কথা, আমি একটা ভিডিওর কমেন্ট বক্সে আমি বলেছিলাম, অনেকে হয়তো বা দেখছো, ওই কথাটা আমি আবারও বলতে চাই। মানুষের জীবনে সাফল্য যেমন আসে তেমনি ব্যর্থতাও আসে, এটা খুব স্বাভাবিক একটা ব্যাপার। কিন্তু অনেকেই অন্যের ব্যর্থতাতে হাসে, সমালোচনা করে, ছোট করে দেখে, অথচ কেউ জানে না সেই ব্যর্থতার পেছনে কতটা চেষ্টা, কতটা কষ্ট আর কতটা সংগ্রাম লুকিয়ে আছে। অন্যের ভুল বা পতনে তিরস্কার করা নয়, বরং তাকে নতুন করে উঠতে সাহস দেওয়াই একজন প্রকৃত মানুষের পরিচয়। কারণ আজ যে হেরে গেছে কাল সে জিতেও যেতে পারে। অন্যের ব্যর্থতা নিয়ে ঠাট্টা করা মানে নিজের মানসিকতাকে ছোট করা। তাই সমালোচনা নয়, সহানুভূতি দেখাও, উপহাস নয়, অনুপ্রেরণা দাও। কেউ পড়ে গেলে তাকে হাত বাড়িয়ে দাও, কারণ আগামী দিনে হয়তো তোমার সেই হাতের প্রয়োজন হতে পারে। তো কথাগুলোর বাবাতরা অনেকটাই গভীর, অনেকে হয়তো বুঝতে পারছো, অনেকে হয়তো বুঝতে পারো নাই। যেখানে
turbocharges the aggressive approach. Our final take? RRQ and Buriram United are best poised to ride this acceleration to the top. They'll dominate early kills, and the new resilience tools will secure their late-game push. Get ready for an FFWS Grand Finals where the early birds definitely catch the win. What's your prediction for the FFWS Grand Finals? Let us know in the comments below, and don't miss the action.
12 teams continue their run in the FFWS. It's time to recap a day 3 full of eliminations, outplays, and booyahs.
Breaking from the other side, the two Indonesian squads working together, annihilating PE.
EVOS Divine speedruns 16 eliminations in Game 1, finishing second before falling to their Indonesian rivals, RQ Kazoo, in a final one-on-one shootout.
About to be annihilated by their brothers RRQ, Maal BSK in hand press shot onto Russia, forced to pull out the glue wall.
A brutal backstab as RRQ Kazoo finishes off EVOS Divine, eliminated by their allies from the first match in just 4 minutes into Game 2.
Right now, GOW playing from the low ground can only see RRQ side. So if PE just holds out, they will win this war of attrition.
A taste of their own medicine as they get. Earlier, we saw two Indonesian squads gang up on one Vietnamese team, and now two Vietnamese squads gang up against one Indonesian team.
History rewrite itself as PE Sports and GOW team up to eliminate RRQ Kazoo. An Uno reverse card from Vietnam.
I mean, the man just tossed one in and got 3 for the price of 1. What a play by Nero, and what a disaster yet again for putting out your 2-time world champs.
An out of this world performance from PE Sports with a booyah and breaking the current elimination record with 21 elims. PE Sports rack up a massive 33 points in Game 3.
Chúng tôi đến đây là để chiến đấu.
Buriram has finally woken up. An all-star performance from Wasana in Game 4 leads the Thai squad to a booyah with 32 points. Match 6 peaked when the final safe zone started shrinking, with 8 teams still fighting for survival. Facing a difficult position, Team Solid was the last team standing, getting the last booyah of Week 1. What an epic conclusion to Week 1! From a 33 points performance to 8 teams battling it out in the final safe zone, Day 3 have it all! What a day! Whew! See you on Week 2 of the FFWS Global Final 2025. This week, the battlefield was decided in a heartbeat. Champions isn't just about firepower, it's about seizing the moment. Here are your highlights of Week 1. Fluxo stormed through Heavy's defenses with Glue Wall Melter, Freeze Grenade, and eliminated Heavy.
Flops FD7 backing away. Allen has got the grenade launcher, just needs a good pop here.
Boom! WAG trapped EVOS in a room of death, and X4's perfectly timed M79 blast erased them in an instant. Dudes turned RRQ's house into a horror show for AG, leading a perfectly coordinated assault that ended with his deadly triple kill. Heavy snuffed out E1's fire as Allen's perfectly timed M79 blast wiped them out in one calculated strike. Fluxo deemed Hotshot unworthy, raining Hellfire with the new Boltmaker to chip away their health and secure a swift team wipe. Here is how the standings look. After another unforgettable Week 1 of FFWS 2025, the race for the crown only grows fiercer. Salute the teams, for they are the architects of history. And next week, new legends awaits.
reverse now. Burn bright, I don't burn out. Crush stop sick of me now. I can never go reverse now. But I'ma spin it back, jump. Went from nada to the crowd, throw in their hands, bass jump. I'ma hit the finish line no matter what. They front, first place, you a runner up, I'm none but the red and the blues going rules. It's 10 out of 10, 11, I don't snooze, I pursue. Don't push it, put me in game that I don't lose. I stay cool. Told you only way is up, I don't go reverse.
ก็ถ้าคุณจะลุ้นแชมป์ก็ถ้ามีผมอยู่ก็คุณก็ไม่ได้แชมป์หรอกครับ
Pastinya songong banget. Gimana, Mal?
Falcon on fire. Apa itu on fire? Emang sesuai sama nama dia?
ก็รู้เรื่องครับเดี๋ยวมาจับก็ไม่อะไรมากหรอกก็รอดูในเกมดีกว่า
Apa lah Wasana nih? Ya, buat Wasana fokus aja lah ke gameplay sendiri. Ini di Indonesia, hati-hati ya.
เดินเข้าวงดีๆนะครับระวังเจอว่าผมดักตีหน้าวงนะครับ
Dia mau apa? Hajar kita kan nanti di step map-nya. Ya kalau menang, kalau kalah gimana? Pikirkan tim kalian dulu aja.
ถึงกระบายครับถ้าอยากโหดก็กินเยอะนะครับเหมือนทีมผมจะได้โหดครับ
เขาปลดล็อกแล้วแบบบูย่าเลยได้ไหมผมไม่อยากเห็นทุกคนต้องร้องไห้แล้ว
Yeah, shut up.
ทีมที่พูดเยอะมัวแต่พูดเยอะที่สุดก็คือ RQ ครับก็พูดไม่หยุดครับ แต่ก็ไม่เคยจะได้แชมป์สักทีครับ
Woi kalian, ini rumah kita Indonesia. Jangan macam-macam lah ke orang tuh. Hati-hati kita tembak nanti. Buat semua tim, sampai jumpa di grand final. Good luck, brother.
Khu mà nó ra quá dễ.
Welcome to Royale.
Welcome to Now. Let me guess. 2 players and a whole lot of chaos. Tries to guess what's going on in Free Fire.
Alô. Mano, acho que esse primeiro aí eu saí 7. Não, é a logo isso aqui. Quá dễ. Xin giáp nha. Đúng, xin giáp. Hayato. Onegizi Hayato. Coba. Halo. Nah ini apa? Alvaro. Betul sekali. Dimitri. Hayato. Misha. I guess this is Biston. Bhai, এটা তো আমার পেন ভাই. Biston. Oh, si Spirit Fox. Next. Này là con cáo.
Con cáo nha, con bé này nó tên là Phan.
What the man? Dok. Ini apa nih? Lu tau nggak? Gak tahu. Ini namanya Di Purgatorio kan ada golf course. Oke, Omak Samu. Golf course.
khu mình đúng không ta? Khu Gateway, làng Kim Nam.
Có cái đảo nhỏ đó, chắc chắn là làng Kim Nam rồi.
Gampang banget. Ini drop zone RRQ, Cidok. Nah kalau misalnya ini drop zone heavy, militia. Oke, banyak pokoknya mah. Intellect Center.
Some guesses are right, some are wrong. But either way, it's easy for them and hard for us.
That's all for now. Bye bye guys. Bye bye. Và bọn mình là Gao Esports. Cảm ơn mọi người. Bọn mình đến từ Heavy. Itulah tebak-tebakan kita dan sangat mudah. Terima kasih semuanya. Jangan lupa like. Bye bye.
Who am I gonna verse now? Burn bright, I don't burn out. Crushed out, sick of me now. I can never go reverse now. But I'ma spin it back, jump. Went from nada to the crowd, throw in their hands, bass jump. I'ma hit the finish line no matter what. They front, first place, you a runner up, dominant, but the red and the blues going rules. It's 10 out of 10, 11, I don't snooze, I pursue. Don't push it, put me in game that I don't lose. I stay cool, depending on my pen and pennants I choose. Ayy, verse now? Oh, am I gonna verse now? Show me what it's worth now.
I pull up in the can't imagine. All these people wanna follow, missing in action. Paper planes, I'm a condos, made it from rapping. And I met role models. Thinking I'ma pass all the monogram on my body. The shit shout out to Virgil. Know that I'm gonna beat them like the shit that I put words to. Mama and the internet, two things that I just learned through. Hit it out of the park, so there's nothing to reverse to. I can't entertain. Will you do the same? 'Cause I've been ready my whole life. Only see my back, I ain't turning back on them. Wings on me, I'm higher.
Every region has written its story. Every player has bled for a dream. Now the stage isn't just a battleground, it's destiny. The world's elite have gathered once again, and a new champion is about to rise. 5 names echo louder than the rest. EVOS, Buriram, Falcons, RRQ, Fluxo. Different lands, different styles, one goal, glory, the kind that never fades. EVOs play the game like a storm, fast, relentless, impossible to stop once they move. Across the field, Buriram United answers with control and composure. They read the map like a book and close every door before danger arrives. Falcons, quiet until it matters. They plan, they wait, then strike with the accuracy of a heartbeat. RQ, meanwhile, thrives in chaos. Fearless, ruthless, beautiful to watch when they go all in. And there's Fluxo, Brazil's beating heart, a team built on passion, raised by a region that lives for free fire. Every fight they win feels personal. Every drop they take shakes the arena. History follows them, and they're ready to add one more chapter. Beyond the spotlight, dark horses sharpen their blades. From the Middle East and Africa, teams that never back down, even when outnumbered. From Bangladesh, creativity and chaos rolled into one unpredictable style. Vietnam, talented, disciplined, still chasing that perfect plan to reach the final. And LATAM, the land of raw talent. GamesKing and company now face the moment they've trained their whole lives for. Stats speak. Eliminations, total points, placement, yet they never capture courage, timing, or instinct. The truth is, the finals rewrite every number anyway. One tournament, one crown. When the circle closes and the last bullet lands, we'll witness the birth of a new legend. Who will strike hardest? Who will rise as the next world champion?
Mi nombre es Sebastián Zambrano, soy jugador profesional de Free Fire y pues yo vivo con mi mamá y mi hermano. Anteriormente vivía con mi papá y un hermano mayor, pero ellos fallecieron.
Pues tanto para Sebastián como para todos nosotros fue un golpe muy fuerte, muy fuerte. Sebastián falleció su papá.
Todo literal. Y cuando pues que el equipo se enteró, pues me dieron como 2 semanas de descanso y pues ya cuando volví a la liga, pues ya no volví siendo igual. Pues yo siento que sí maduré un poquito y también siento que mi vida pues, cambió mi mente porque ahora pues tengo que ayudar en mi casa. Antes pues, no lo hacía, bueno, sí lo hacía, pero no tanto y pues siento que es eso, que ahora tengo que estar más enfocado en las cosas de la casa, que antes no lo hacía.
Mi nombre es Benjamín Andrés Honores Pérez. Bueno, creo que pese a que jugar Free Fire sea como... Bueno, es mi sueño. Siempre hay que tener otra alternativa y bueno, en este caso es tener una carrera. Este balance en mi vida lo logro hacer gracias a la disciplina de mis padres, también a un gran esfuerzo mío, la verdad. Actualmente estoy con un tema psiquiátrico, tengo trastorno de ansiedad generalizada. Entonces creo que la disciplina y la constancia es lo que más me ha llevado a estar donde estoy hoy.
Antes lo regañábamos demasiado, o sea, porque pensábamos que era como perdiendo el tiempo ahí y pues él estudiaba, entonces le apagábamos el internet a las 2 de la mañana y lo regañábamos, pero él me decía, no más, yo estoy jugando bien, entonces yo le decía, pero tienes que empezar primero en el estudio.
Bueno, en el juego hay mucha comunicación, ¿cierto? Hay mucha comunicación, se tienen que hablar con los compañeros para jugar. Y él por lo mismo, como sabía que nosotros lo estábamos escuchando o lo podíamos escuchar, él prácticamente en el juego no hablaba. Entonces le pusieron ahí un nombre que era el mudo, le pusieron el mudo. Pero no porque él no quisiera interactuar con los compañeros, sino porque en realidad tenía miedo de que nosotros lo escucháramos y que le quitáramos el teléfono, lo castigáramos o que lo mandáramos a dormir más temprano.
Es que en un principio nosotros siempre pensábamos que era un hobby para él. O sea, siempre lo vimos así como padre, siempre lo vimos de ese punto de vista, hasta que ahora vemos que ya es un poco más profesional, se podría decir.
Al comienzo de proponerle esto de ser profesional costó un poco, costó lograr hacerle entender que es otro mundo aparte y que era mi sueño.
Y de hecho el primer contrato que llegó de R7, cuando él cumplió 17 años, había una fecha límite para firmarlo. Y me acuerdo que estuvimos hasta el último día para firmar ese contrato, porque ahí le dijimos a él que tenía que asumir él un compromiso de que tenía que cumplir con sus estudios y a la vez nosotros le íbamos a permitir que él jugara.
Bueno, mi rutina empieza a las 7 de la mañana, me levanto, me baño, desayuno, me visto y ya de ahí a las 8 tengo que estar en el colegio, que empiezan mis clases. Normalmente tengo un horario de 8 a 3:15 y algunos días salgo a las 5 de la tarde. Después llego, como algo si es que me da el tiempo y si no ya directo a los entrenamientos o a los torneos que tenga. Media hora, una hora de estudio cuando tengo algún examen o algo y ya si hay algo más para la tarde, noche, algún torneo, pues lo termino jugando.
Del día a día, pues yo literal no salgo de mi casa, pues me levanto, pues me lavo la cara, me cepillo y literal me pongo a jugar, a entrenar y luego almuerzo, después del primer bloque y almuerzo y me pongo a jugar el segundo bloque y ya, eso es todo.
Bueno, la verdad fue difícil elegir entre mi graduación y el viaje. Siempre quise graduarme con mis compañeros de curso, ya que llevo 14 años en el mismo colegio. Pero creo que viajar un mes a Yakarta no cualquiera tiene esa oportunidad, y más con todo pagado. Entonces veremos qué sucede allá en Yakarta.
Pues de cara al mundial, pues me veo la verdad muy bien, ya que el mundial pasado, pues me quedé con una espinita de pasar a la final, que no pasé literal por un punto, que fue el desempate. Mi principal motivación es mi mamá y mi papá y mi hermano que están en el cielo. Y pues sí, me siento muy motivado para este mundial que viene.
The battlefield of Free Fire is evolving once again. OB521 isn't just another update, it's a full-on meta shift. Loadouts redefined, arsenals upgraded, and the rules of revival rewritten. This is the new landscape every FFWS finalist must adapt to, or be left behind. Let's break down the ultimate game changer, Loadout 3.0. The shift from solo gear to team economy is absolute. Enhance Hammer lets you instantly upgrade a teammate's weapon. One red tier gun can determine who wins that early scramble. Tactical Market introduces Bolt Maker zones for smart control, and the Super Leg Pocket combines essential survival items into one resilient tool. The old meta is dead. Coordination is king.
Triple kill.
This meta was practically built for the aggressive roaming giants. Teams like RRQ and Buriram United thrive on early momentum, and now they have zero excuses. The weapon rack guarantees a gun off the drop, and the Enhance Hammer ensures their first rush hits lethally hard. They will dominate the kill point race, setting the pace for the entire lobby. But the mid-game masters, the teams that are start safe but always ready for combat like Fluxo and R7, get their own safety nets. The Super Revival Point allows for riskier mid-game fights because a revived ally returns with a much better chance to stabilize. They can leverage the gold accumulated from safe rotations into the upgradable arsenal, ensuring their late-game inventory is overwhelmingly superior. Now, let's talk defense. Survival-focused squads like Heavy gain endurance from the Super Leg Pocket and New Glue Mushrooms that add healing to their fortifications. But there is a massive counter. The new character Nero is the ultimate anti-fortification tool. His skill generates a field that prevents all glue wall placement and drains health inside. This is the new key to breaking up stubborn late-game holds. Survival teams must adapt or they'll be defenseless. In Loadout 3.0, the Team Booster stands out as the most strategic upgrade. It will be a must-have item for all teams. Each Team Booster user can choose up to 3 of 6 buffs, with the first slot being free and the next 2 being unlocked with coins. These buffs can increase healing, movement, or team coordination, making the team economy a key part of mid-game planning and opening up a myriad of new gameplay combinations. Commanding concluding. So who benefits most? While every playstyle gains a new tool, the pure early game consistency provided by the weapon rack and the Enhance Hammer turbocharges the aggressive approach. Our final take? RRQ and Buriram United are best poised to ride this acceleration to the top. They'll dominate early kills, and the new resilience tools will secure their late game push. Get ready for an FFWS Grand Finals where the early birds definitely catch the win. What's your prediction for the FFWS Grand Finals? Let us know in the comments below, and don't miss the action.
"12 teams continue their run in the FFWS. It's time to recap a day 3 full of eliminations, outplays, and booyahs.
Striking from the other side, the 2 Indonesian squads working together, annihilating PE.
EVOS Divine speedruns 16 eliminations in Game 1, finishing second before falling to their Indonesian rivals, RQ Kazoo, in a final one-on-one shootout.
About to be annihilated by their brothers RRQ, Maal BSK enhancement shot onto Russia, forced to pull out the glue wall.
A brutal backstab as RRQ Kazoo finishes off EVOS Divine, eliminated by their allies from the first match in just 4 minutes into Game 2.
Right now, GOW playing from the low ground can only see RRQ side. So if PE just holds out, they will win this war of attrition.
A taste of their own medicine as they get. Earlier, we saw 2 Indonesian squads gang up on one Vietnamese team, and now 2 Vietnamese squads gang up against one Indonesian team.
History rewrite itself as PE Sports and GOW team up to eliminate RRQ Kazoo, an Uno reverse card from Vietnam.
I mean, the man just tossed 1 in and got 3 for the price of 1. What a play by Nero, and what a disaster yet again for putting out your 2-time world champs.
An out-of-this-world performance from PE Sports with a booyah and break breaking the current elimination record with 21 elims. PE Sports rack up a massive 33 points in Game 3.
Chúng tôi đến đây là để chiến đấu.
Buriram has finally woken up. An all-star performance from Wasana in Game 4 leads the Thai squad to a booyah with 32 points. Match 6 peaked when the final safe zone started shrinking, with 8 teams still fighting for survival. Facing a difficult position, Team Solid...
Who am I gonna verse now? Burn bright, I don't burn out. Crush style, look at me now, huh? I can never go reverse now.
But I'ma spin it back, A-jump. Went from nada to the crowd, throw in their hands, base jump. I'ma hit the finish line no matter what. They front, first place, you a runner-up, dominant, but the red and the blues going ruthless. 10 out of 10, 11, I don't snooze, I pursue. Don't push it, put me in game that I don't lose. I stay cool, depending on my pen and pennants I choose. Ayy, I'ma show you how it got it, nada, loudest. Wu-Tang, I'm a bird, love the competition. Told you only way is up, I don't go reverse. I can't entertain. Will you do the same? Cause I've been ready my whole life. Only see my back, I ain't turning back on them. Wings on me, I'm higher. But I'ma spin it back, A-jump. Went from nada to the crowd, throw in their hands, base jump. I'ma hit the finish line no matter what. They front, first place, you a runner-up, dominant, but the red and the blues going ruthless. 10 out of 10, 11, I don't snooze, I pursue. Don't push it, put me in game that I don't lose. I stay cool, depending on my pen and pennants I choose. Ayy, I'ma show you how it got it, nada, loudest. Wu-Tang, I'm a bird, love the competition. Hit it out of the park, so there's nothing to reverse. I can't entertain. Will you do the same? Cause I've been ready my whole life. Only see my back, I ain't turning back on them. Wings on me, I'm higher.
Good afternoon and good evening to all survivors out there, whether you're watching here locally in Jakarta or across the world globally. We're happy to have you over for the Free Fire World Series Global Finals with me, Gideon Q, and of course, Denelli. You were watching Clash Squad, so we're taking all that fluff away and focusing purely on the mechanics.
Focusing purely on the mechanics and the teams that are playing their matches. There's no such thing as a third party. There's no vulturing. It is just the teams that are playing those games. And it really comes down to a lot of skill, strategy, decision making, and sometimes need that really, really cute cheese strat to take you across that finish line. We've got some more money on the line for the teams as well, so it's not just Battle Royale that gets all the fun. If you are a dang good Clash Squad team, then this is going to be another thing for you to look forward to. Gideon, I know we have been talking quite a lot about these Clash Squad matches today because we have some very exciting matches coming up for all of our viewers very soon. Our first one, very, very exciting. But we've had a lot of theory crafting in terms of who we think are going to be the favorites and who we think is going to do well. But before we talk about the teams, let's focus on the prize pool in case anyone has forgotten what these teams are currently playing for. Clash Squad has its own separate prize pool to Battle Royale, and the champion will claim $45,000. Okay, this is still a lion's share of a separate prize pool. It is still a significant prize pool, so I promise you these teams are going to play hard and fast today.
45,000 to honestly hold on to bragging rights here. In our tournament timeline, of course, we have today here on the 5th of November, but we've got one more on the Switch stage on the 6th of November, just a quick Wednesday and Thursday before the 14th, where the semifinals and finals will be happening for Clash Squad a day before the Battle Royale finale.
Yes, and leading up to this as well, just a quick rundown on the tournament format as well, in case anyone is a little bit confused, because Clash Squad does function slightly differently to Battle Royale. So the goal today is all of our teams will start with a clean slate, a clean scoreline in that that 0-0 bracket. Depending on if you win or lose, you may end up in the upper 1-0 bracket or the lower 0-1 bracket. The goal is to win 2 matches, Gideon. That is what you need, because if you lose 2 games, you are out of the running. And we also have a very, very special case where RNG, Lady of Luck, may come in to either shine her light on somebody or maybe set somebody in their worst matchup possible.
It'll be tough. It will be really, really tough, right? In the 1-0 brackets, I think it's a little less stressful, but if you're in the 0-1 brackets, you're praying you get easier opponents so that you have a chance to try and qualify for the semi and grand final. So keep in mind, it's going to be a best of 5. So really, it's going to be a marathon towards the latter half. But let us introduce today's bracket here at Clash Squad. We're kicking things off with Fluxo facing off against GOW, R7 facing off against E1, RRQ versus AG, PE Sports versus Heavy. And if you're wondering how we slotted them in, it's the first place of BR facing off against the 8th, and so on and so forth as we move down that list.
Yeah, so this is essentially a slight reward for our teams that did well qualifying into Clash Squad. So there's always going to be some pros and cons depending on where you place in these matches. But we will be seeing later on what ends up being our lower bracket matches, because I know some people are curious who's going to get who. But before that though, just a quick reminder, we are still going to be running the one unique active skill rule set. And if you're new to Free Fire, or if you haven't watched in a while, what has happened recently in the world of Free Fire is that we no longer will have games where...
And more importantly now, with the new patch already dropping through, there's going to be a couple of slight changes to maybe the compositions that we're used to seeing if you've been following Clash Squad very, very closely from your own personal locals of the Free Fire World Series across the world. But at the same time, a new character also approaches in Nero as well. And I think it has a bigger impact here in Clash Squad now that you've taken away all the fluff in comparison to what we've seen so far in Battle Royale.
Yeah, so I'm really interested in seeing how Nero is going to function in Clash Squad and how teams might actually utilize Nero's active. Or I think the question we all kind of have is Nero as good as we think Nero is? Because I do think there is a case that maybe the character could be a little overhyped, but the players know a lot better than we do on the case of balancing and whether a character is good or not. So I think today is the day where we discover if Nero is going to be somebody that we're going to be seeing a lot of, or if we're maybe not going to be seeing a lot of Nero and Oscar continues to be banned. But before we start off our games for today, here's a quick teaser on what is going to be coming up in today's broadcast.
Are now through to the FFWS Global Finals Clash Squad. I can't wait for a new chapter of Clash Squad to begin. 8 teams will face off one against another. It's pure strategy and skill. The meta changed so much since never released. I know, not everyone can adapt to the Clash Squad format though. I mean, 1 versus 1 and drafts are surely different than Battle Royale. It's gonna be so spicy. We teams finishing in the top 8. And 2 Brazilian representatives, 1 from Indonesia, Thailand, and Latam. So, only 1 representative from Indonesia and Thailand? Yes. Well, both Falcons and Buriram didn't qualify for the Clash Squad. I think it's going to be an even playing field without 2 of C's Clash Squad powerhouses. I mean, 2 of RRQ Kazu's biggest rivals won't be competing, and we know it's always hard to talk about region rivals, right? Oh, here's another spicy one. Movie star R7 is going up against E1. Brazil have always shadowed Latam in FFWS, but this time R7 looks strong. Imagine if they successfully beat E1 in 1 versus 1, it will be like the perfect scenario for them to step out of Brazil's shadow. Enough about regional rivalries. Let's talk about how 3 Vietnamese teams got in top 8. PE Sports are going up against Heavy in the first round. That's gonna be an insane matchup. Vietnamese teams are really good if they 1v1. So, what can expect from Gao? Well, Gao will play against Fluxo. But if anyone can stand up against the defending champion, it's them. Hold up. Fluxo is the only team from the Clash Squad Final 8 that has won both Battle Royale and Clash Squad in their home region. Will anyone put a stop to Fluxo run? Well, I guess we're gonna have to see. I mean, Fluxo has won both modes, so of course they're confident. Confidence is king. You will need confidence to win FFWS. Well, the question is, will someone be confident enough to win both formats? All you can do is wait and see.
Jakarta, the home of Free Fire World Series Global Finals 2025.
We have seen the best team in the world survive Battle Royale Week 1, but now the battlefield changed.
But the mindset surely doesn't. This is day 1 of the Clash Squad mode, a deadly 4 versus 4 deathmatch where reflex, precision, and teamwork will decide everything.
Only the top 8 from Battle Royale earned their place here. They have already cursed up Swan. But today, it's about burning even brighter.
Do note that CS is done in a Swiss round format, so after the first round, anyone can face anyone. So there's no second guessing, and there's no hiding for sure.
So, the question is, who can adapt fastest? Who can shine under the pressure? Now, Conchita, how do you say world champion in Bahasa Indonesia?
Oh, it's pretty simple. You can say juara dunia. Can you say that?
Juara dunia.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, I think I'm good at Bahasa Indonesia now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Then, how about strong competitors?
Strong competitors would be, I think that would be penantang kuat.
Penantang kuat.
Penantang kuat. Oh my God, you're amazing.
Thank you. All right, then, let's kickstart our first match of Clash Squad with a fierce matchup. On stage, this is Fluxo!
The rising stars from Vietnam. They stormed their way through Battle Royale Week 1 with pure aggression. And now, they bring that fire into the arena. Led by the fearless squad, Demon, RIP, Hans, and Team Captain Diane. They're here to make Vietnam proud. Let's cheer for Gao!
Between the players as a sign of professionalism.
It is time to crush doubts where both squads will clash in fire.
Once again, it is East versus West, two teams with two contrasting styles, but only one can steal the spotlight.
I can't wait! Oh my God, this is so exciting. Now the stage is set, the countdown is ticking, and the tension sure is electric. Both sides are so locked, loaded, and ready to crush doubts. So without further delay, take it away, casters, and good luck! Explosive matchup, Fluxo versus GOW. Now, I know a lot of people out there are cheering for Fluxo because they are the Battle Royale champions for 2024. but can they be the Clash Squad champions for 2025? The storyline is pretty interesting for Fluxo Gideon because we know that they are a fantastic team. Really, really strong, especially in those very high pressure moments. The team can really pull through. But that is in the Battle Royale format. How does this translate to Clash Squad?
Well, here's the thing, right? Because when we talk about Fluxo, we have high expectations from them. In comparison to GOW, who just only squeezed in at the very last day of Battle Royale to make it into the top 8 to compete in Clash Squad in the first place. I think that heavily Fluxo was going to be a huge advantage, but I think better yet is because of our little rehearsals we've been having before this, we've already gotten a little bit of a taste of what this team is all about. I mean, let's look at the players right now, because if their walkouts were looking as just as energetic, I'm expecting them to have plenty of energy while sitting up on that stage.
Yeah, I mean, Fluxo looked fine. You know, I think the team just walked out. We're casual. I think they're pretty confident coming into this matchup, as they should be. But GOW, I will have to point out the team did look a little bit stiff on their walkout, and I don't blame them. This is probably one of the last teams you'll be playing in your first round of Clash Squad, so I think there is definitely a lot of favoritism that's going to go in the way of Fluxo. So for GOW, okay, we have to focus on their story here because they're climbing a massive mountain. This is not a hill. This is a mountain, and at the very peak, it's probably a volcano. This is probably the epitome of Fluxo. What's the goal here for GOW? Obviously, it's to win the matchup, but how do you win against a team that is just so strong?
Well, against a team that's against overwhelming odds, a team that's clearly better to you in many different aspects of the game, the easiest way is to cheese them out. And I think that's why this drafting phase, there's going to be a much bigger priority for GOW, ideally for them to figure out a composition that they can execute well, efficiently, especially since we're starting off on Bermuda, then Nextera, and if it goes all the way to Game 3, Kalahari.
So this is a very important map order for GOW because historically speaking, Bermuda is this team's best map. This is where they play at their absolute best, and we have seen several situations where the team plays as if they are probably at the same level as Buram and Falcons. So I think if there's a round to pop off and to give yourself that head start, it has to be Bermuda. Now, here's something that I'm a little bit worried about. If they don't win that first game, Game 2 and 3 is going to be a rough set of matches for the team because they're fine on the other two maps, but because it's not their absolute best map, yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to be able to sort of deal with that level of pressure if they're Fluxo on GOW's absolute best map. And we are going to be going into we do have an interview session coming up for you folks right now between Fluxo and GOW. So let's see what they have to say before we jump into Game 1 of the day.
A confiança no modo CS é a mesma, porque nós ficamos muito confiantes nessa modalidade, então estamos bem confiantes e estamos indo para nosso máximo. O jogador que me surpreendeu da Gol aí foi o Dayan. Achei muito diferente o jeito que ele se movimenta pelo mapa e vai dar trabalho, eu acho.
Muốn gửi tới lưu sau là các bạn hãy cẩn thận đâu, ở đấy biết đâu sẽ có bất ngờ.
Uma mensagem pro time da Gol aí, boa sorte, vocês vão precisar, porque vocês conhecem a gente, é nóis, tamo junto.
Lưu sau các bạn hãy chơi thật sự nghiêm túc 100% đi, nếu không thì các bạn sẽ thua.
Oof, I mean, Fluxo's already coming into this, like, as much as they don't want, I would imagine that they don't want to underestimate their opponents. You can understand the POV from GOW, right? You don't take this seriously, you can easily drop games. It's just how momentum builds up in Clash Squad, right? The way the economy works, the way that the whole entire mode gives ample opportunity for both sides, even if you're on a lose streak or even if you're on a winning streak, to easily change and flip it.
Yeah, and it's also going to be based on picks, which first pick for game number 1 is going to go in the way of GOW. So they actually are going to be able to pick the first active in the game with no contest from Fluxo, aside from the 2 bans that these teams are going to be picking for those first 2 bans. So if you're GOW, what actives, what characters would you want to get your hands on with that first pick, assuming everything is available, Gideon?
Assuming everything is available, I'm looking at Oscar because it really simplifies the plan. It works in pretty much every single composition. And better yet, it just gives you a good way to maybe find a pick on your opponent if things get too hot and those glue walls keep interfering with your line of sight. Other than that, I would imagine that Santino would be a pretty interesting pick as well. But at the same time, I feel like Fluxo feel like the team that's going to lean into that a little bit more now that they are on second pick in comparison to GOW. Yes, if you get the Oscar first pick, that's great, but it gives you a lot of flexibility to finally decide at the end what your composition looks like.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like the pick and ban phase is ready to go. And interestingly enough, our first ban's going to be Zayn on the side of GOW. They're leaving Oscar in the pool, hoping Fluxo lets us go through. But as you can see, Fluxo gotta respect the Oscar. But if they pull off a last-second ban here for something else, that would be rather surprising. Is Oscar going to be removed from the pool? I do think this might be a confirmation pick, and yes, it's locked in. No Oscar and no Zayn for our first matchup, but that does leave a bunch of other characters available in the pool. Santino, as Gideon mentioned, but Cassie is going to be snapped up instead. Cassie has been one of the most popular supports picked up in Clash Squad, Gideon.
It's so good, right? Especially since Zayn was the priority ban for GOW. They understand that the limitations of having both Cassie alongside with a Zayn or a Zayn with the Chrono can do so much, especially when it comes down not only to early rounds, but as the game starts to escalate into round 5s, round 6s, round 7s. On the opposite hand, Fluxo, they go for the Ignis, great on pistol rounds, great for the early parts of the game, but more importantly, actually offers GOW or at least an idea of what they want to do, because when you have an Ignis, you're naturally going to be a little bit more passive and you want your opponents to walk into your line of fire.
Wow, interesting second choice for Fluxo. So they actually had plenty of opportunities if they wanted to take that Chrono away for themselves, but Tatsuya ends up being the choice instead. For Fluxo, they are looking to have a lot of mobility. They want to have a lot of control in these fights. And they probably suspected that, okay, if we take Tatsuya, Chrono is going to go on the other side. And you can see GOW, they've locked in the Chrono and they've locked in Coda. So very, very strong frontline duo on the side of GOW. They have their vision provider in the Coda. So for Fluxo, with how aggressive this lineup is, going for the Orion as their third pick. And they're even highlighting Iris. And there we go. The full roster for Fluxo has been finalized.
Very interesting. Orion alongside with the Iris. I can understand the perspective when you're thinking about, oh, let's try and deny potential options from the side of GOW. I wouldn't have imagined it being the Orion. I might have leaned in more to the Santino, but it completely subverges expectations, right? Fluxo, not only are they looking to, again, I want to say that they want to play a little bit more passively with the Ignis as well as the Iris, but I think for now, they are very confident in their own individual skirmishes, leaving things like Nero out in the open. So now GOW, they've got instigators, they have ways to kind of find information and kind of buy time for the team, but as soon as you see Nero throw out that cryo mine, you know it's go time for GOW.
Yeah, it's go time. Okay, so let's kind of break down these lineups for both of these teams. So who do you feel is going to be the team that is looking to play reactive? Because normally the team that has Cassie, that's the team that's going to want to be rushing in. But you have a look at what Fluxo have. I kind of feel like they've picked a lineup that is ready to receive a team that actually wants to push into you. Like, is that what we're kind of looking at in terms of potential gameplay from these two compositions?
Well, actually, it's slightly, well, that is a possibility for Fluxo, but I think the bigger highlight for the compositions is the fact that they can make snap decisions, especially if they put somebody in a pinch or find an opportunity against GOW. I think that GOW's line of play is pretty set in stone, very standardized, but Fluxo, a lot more flexibility. Yes, they do want to be passive. However, they're relying heavily on individual skill to create moments and opportunities to take full advantage of things like Orion as well as Iris.
Yeah, the Orion pick has absolutely surprised me because leading up to this, our last Clash Squad tournament from Southeast Asia, we saw, I feel like we didn't see any Orion, or maybe there was maybe one or two that may have skipped my field of view, but to have a pick here and by Fluxo as well, and just looking at Orion's kit too, this is basically, if you're picking an active like this, you want to brute force your way into whatever team you're running into. So I kind of get this feeling that Fluxo wants to turn this game on its head, make GOW think they're going to try and go for that passive play, but they're going to do the complete opposite. They're going to try and jump GOW before they're even given the chance to initiate themselves, and they're going to be the ones to be playing defense. Just looking at GOW's lineup, this is a lineup that doesn't really want to play defense. You really want to push hard. So I think what's going to end up happening for us, us casters, and also our spectators at home, I think the first 3 rounds, that's going to give us a good idea as to how this series is going to pan out. Who is going to be the team that locks in and ends up being our aggressors, and who's the one that's going to be playing reactively and basically try to fend off whatever's running at them. Lineup-wise, as much as I like GOW's lineup, I'm just looking at Fluxo's, and I feel like this just matches the team's personality and game style so perfectly.
There's going to be a lot of emphasis on individual prowess from all the members of Fluxo, because again, none of these active skill abilities go very well with each other to a degree, right? Like, I don't expect people to be spamming all of their active skill cards straight away from the get-go, but I definitely think that momentary uses and also the right opportunities could create these small windows where they can look to punish. I think their biggest problem right now is whether or not the time turner comes out for GOW. If they can force it out early, then they'll have a lot more flexibility. For the pistol rounds, I think it's kind of 50-50, and honestly a little bit more inclined to lean into Fluxo overall, because Ignis, great pick for those opening pistol rounds. Orion as well has a lot of opportunities. It kind of works like a more selfish version of Chrono, where instead of building a shield, you're just saying, you know what, I become invulnerable for a couple of seconds, and that's honestly all I need if I'm trying to lay some damage down on anybody who isn't tethered to Cassie.
Yeah, I mean, that also works really well in the pistol round, right? Because Orion is not going to be receiving any kind of support from a team. So you can just run and gun and really not have to worry about yourself, which also benefits your team too, because they think like, oh, it's just Orion. Okay, he can stand his own for the first couple seconds, and then we'll give him that follow-up. But ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to fly into game number 1 for match number 1. It is Fluxo versus GOW on Bermuda. This is GOW's best map, but keep in mind we are also spectating Fluxo, our world champions for 2024. And I think we're all kind of wondering, are they able to wield this trophy again in 2025?
Yeah, I'm curious to see whether or not this is going to be a repeat, right? Because it really feels like it's their year. Things have been going so well for them. Unfortunately, EWC not as well, but overall still pretty good. Right now, instantly the Cryo Mind has been thrown out. They break it straight away, and they're sticking as 4. So even the information given over to GOW, not going to get as much as they would like. As they continue to move forward, already with the nays, they've isolated Bobs, they've taken him out, and now it is a 4v3. Very good odds for GOW.
Yep, and unless Bobs gets picked up right now, they're not going to have access to any more flame walls. Demon going to hide around the corner. Looks like Gio, unfortunately, is taking quite a bit of damage himself. He is going to stick around, try to fight into Hans. Oh, but he loses the matchup against Demon instead. And GOW looking fantastic for this first round out of 11. They're going to pick up MT7, and GOW already off to a great start.
A very nice start indeed for GOW. That first initial pick with the grenades, really smart that they all decided to go with the sawed-off, knowing the environment of the map. Again, map knowledge is really, really important. You don't know what's going to be the next one after that following round, but now that we come into this one, it's going to be interesting, right? Because again, both teams have completely ignored the cyber drops for the most part, and even during when we saw their scrimmages in rehearsals, they opted, you know what, we don't need this anyways. I don't know whether or not it's a viable strat for them, or it's something that they're not going to take seriously at all. But I think that at the very least for GOW, if they're not going to contest, no point putting yourself in that type of situation or danger.
No, it makes sense. I've seen teams just get trapped thinking that they're going to be able to get the cyber airdrop and then their team just crumbles. So it's a pros and cons. You have to weigh your odds, right? For now, Fluxo going to take group as a team. Very interesting decision, actually. The team is so clumped up together, whereas for GOW, they are trying to find a bit of a flank. Rip, unfortunately, taking some damage there, so that's going to halt his expedition. But you can see to the side, though, Demon looking to go for a wraparound. Gio is just around the corner, but Butsen's there to provide support, and Bobs is also there to provide any kind of help. But they do need to be very wary of Hans and Demon, because Demon, this man's got a lot of support behind him. He wants to run in and he wants to dish out some damage.
He really does. And it's interesting because in terms of like the loadouts, right, you can see that both sides are taking a more passive approach because they're very aware. Hey, they got micro Uzis, they got 2 big rifles on the side of Fluxo. They decided to buy up even though they don't have much armor. But GOW, that's the payoff right now. Deanne, he's the only one without armor right now, but he has the rifle. Now that he's already using that cryo mine, puts it on top of the roof to get max value. I think it's okay, but not as much as they would like. In comparison to Fluxo, who's taking their time, but the zone is forcing him in. Unless they give some kind of support on that top side, MT7 might be in some trouble as they get pushed off the roof in high ground, dominated by Fluxo.
Yeah, so that was a very ballsy push coming out from MT7 because he was originally on the other side, but pushing forward, forcing GOW back. And I have to say, this is one of our slower circles because we are finally going to be going for a bit of a rotation. You can see Fluxo trying to find that opening there. The summon going to be taken out from Nero. And we get a double drop. Hans and Rip going to be taken out by Woodson. And the entire team in just a fraction of a second. In one moment, Fluxo clean up GOW.
Beautifully played, really beautifully played by Fluxo. This is what we call the war of attrition. Every moment, they're not taking super aggressive angles, but they are slowly letting GOW take the space and then forcing them into corners where they have to use their utility, their active skill cards as much as they can. And when they know all of them are out of the way, then Fluxo can run in and take on the honest fights that they were known for. And more importantly, know that they have a very big advantage over GOW.
Yep. All right. Round 3, folks. We're currently tied 1 apiece, so both teams definitely in the running to be able to take match number 1. But Fluxo, I have to say, very interesting to see how patient Fluxo is playing this first best of 3. Like, normally we're so used to seeing them just bum rush into their enemy, but they are extremely calculative in their movement so far. And I think it's actually shocking GOW. They're expecting Fluxo to just run at them. And because that's not happening, it almost feels like GOW, they don't know how to react to this very, very slow, very methodical play style coming from our 2024 world champions. But here we go. The moment has come. Woodson going to be coming in with the melee sights. Does get a couple of hits in. Does not get the auto knock. But Demon going to be taken out by Bobs. First blood.
They've already found one. The cyber airdrop was contested. Fluxo still gets it at the very end. They've knocked down RIP, and again, they are dominating every side of the map. One coming around the flank as GU buys a little bit of time within the Cyclone, but Budston finds it at the very end, taking out Hans and Deanne alongside with him. Really great stuff coming in from Fluxo, right? Again, this is hyper patient, right? Even GOW are like probing for a response, and Fluxo just does not move, right? They're playing dead possum, and they feel like they can do whatever they want. Goes for the cyber drop, instantly punished by Fluxo as soon as they take the space. So again, I think that GOW, there's a lot more elements that they have to think about dealing with Fluxo, with how flexible they are right now, because their fundamentals have been looking so shaky in comparison to Fluxo.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, round number 4. Fluxo currently leading with a score of 2-1 versus GOW. And so far, Fluxo looking really scary here. It's going to come down to GOW. Can they adapt to this very, very precise playstyle coming out from Fluxo? And so far, Demon's going to be going in for a bit of a skirmish there. GU going to be moving it forward for the team as well. Bob's getting caught out by Demon. That's a big pick off there. And maybe this is a moment of time where we see GOW make a comeback happen. GU has been caught by Rip, leaving MT7 and Butson all on their own. Tian, unfortunately, going to be taken up by Butson. So numbers on the side of GOW, they are also being culled. A bit of a shot for MT7, but not a critical one. They do manage to get another one onto Rip. And look at this. They might be able to equalize this match. Rip is down. It's a 2 versus 2.
It's a dangerous 2 versus 2. Who knows what could happen, especially with a P90 in hand. And even so, Demon, he still has the time turner if necessary. Luckily, from the opposite side, at least for MT7 or even Butson, oh wait, no, they don't have their active skill cards. They actually used it pretty early on. Butson especially, right? He looked for the angle, wanted to go for a little bit more, didn't find his own reset. So now they're just going to bide their time. They're waiting for the Iris active skill card to come back online, and they want to make sure, hey, we're going to drop down our glue walls here. If they fall into our glue walls, we can still utilize Iris. And I think that even GOW is a little bit more aware about it on top of it too. Electrotherapy ready to go at any moment. Time turner as well if things get really, really dicey. At this point, it's just a battle of information.
It's a battle of information, a battle of patience as well. And looks like Fluxo looking to push into with two of their players. Butson, this man has done so much work in these first couple rounds, looking to push forward, looking for that angle. Can't quite get that insta-pop. Going to continue with the shot so far, but GOW, so difficult to take down. And actually, Hans going to be caught by MT7 in the back, leaving Demon all on his own as that Chrono. And with no time turner to speak of, he's going to have to use that natural cover to try and get these picks. And look at this Demon. He's really trying to reposition. If he just gets that lucky 1-2 tap, he might be able to turn things around. But no, Fluxo, just too much for them to deal with. And that's going to push the scoreline 3-1 in favor of Fluxo.
That's got to be a little frustrating for Hans, especially because he's still following these are good habits that he's doing as a support player, right? Not only do you want to make sure that your frontliner stays alive, but you want to provide fire from an awkward angle so that they don't continue pushing into the same place, right? Because if you lose your entry fragger and then you have to support him and then you become the next to deal with a 2v1 as the Cassie, you're going to get knocked down. And despite everything that has happened, I think that Fluxo are playing it really, really well, utilizing the cyber airdrop as a means to kind of bait their opponents into exchanges that honestly they shouldn't be peeking in the first place.
Yep. Okay, GOW, they are looking to get another point on that board. The team is pushing pretty far forward together as a team, so they are playing exactly how their composition was supposed to be built. They don't quite get the finish there onto Gio. They will finally drop him, though, and Gio's in an awkward spot, but Demon caught by a grenade thanks to Bops buying time for the team, and Demon, I don't think it's going to be picked up at all, as Hans, next one to follow, thanks to MT7 sniping in the back and Rip. Everyone is gone. Fluxo pushing the scoreline 4-1 against GOW.
Man, Fluxo are just so sharp. I mean, look at these lineups. They have made lineups for cyber drop contestants on specific maps. I love the fact that they are willing to go out of their way to buy, with the extra economy, a time turner of their own. And luckily, they're slightly different colors so we can tell whose are whose. But so far, Fluxo have been bonus rounding after bonus round after bonus round, right? VSK still in hand, upgraded scars on top of it. We haven't seen the big boy weapons come out from Fluxo. And right now for GOW, this might be one of their few, if not last chances to try and disrupt the economy.
I mean, they only have 2 lives now. You lose 2 games, and that's going to be it. Fluxo should be able to take the round. So if there's a time to be able to break this curse, as what I'm going to call it right now, this is the best time to do it. But the thing is, how does GOW break through this initial push from Fluxo? Because Fluxo's done so well in these pushes. We haven't really seen them make too many mistakes when they do try and eventually break out into that full-on team fight. They're so good at juking. They're so good at cover, so that they're always covered by at least their back, their sides. They're not really caught off guard. And big hit there onto Dian.
That's so smart.